Hey y'all, and how y'all doing? Now look, y'all. I don't know what's going on here, but guess what? I didn't know where in the world I would come out of retirement just about somebody young when I was already young like them and been there before. No, you can't make older people come out of their career to train, retrain, and do all that over when you 30 something and they 40. Come on. So what is it? I think that Clarissa got a lot of learning to do mentally. Uh, if she listened to Lady Ali, who has taught her mentally, uh, respected her mentally, and was showing her the ropes. Now they want to offer her 15 million to box her. No, why would you want me to come out of my career to box? And I got out of my career. It's just almost like I'd never be the same like I was in track and field, which I was fast in track and field. Could have went to the Olympics. But why am I gonna prove myself to somebody 31 and I used to be 31, now I'm 40? No, no, I wouldn't do it. But listen to Clarissa.
Like a fight between me and you, the best versus the best, the greats versus the greats, the GOAT versus Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla Ali.
And listen what Clarissa said.
Me and Layla has had some back and forth for some years now, and to me, there is no question about who the greatest woman of all time is. It's me. It's you, say. Well, Layla,
Think about it. All of a sudden, I start getting all these offers, it's quite flattering that all I have to do is say I'll think about it.
So what they trying to do? She has a title. She did her title. She retired. Now it's time for somebody else to step up to the plate. And Clarissa has stepped up in the plate in her pound. They was in different pounds, okay? Now, why is she trying to compete against Lady Ali? I don't understand that. Why don't she learn from the oldest and the famous instead of trying to compete against the oldest and the wiser? I mean, I don't understand what's going on here. I don't think they need to box each other because what Lady Ali had then is what she don't have now. But the energy that Clarissa have now is what Ali had stronger in ability and agility during that time. So listen to Lady Ali.
Boxing. And people have had a lot to say, but I have not addressed it until now. And I know everyone wants to know the answer to the question, will I be coming back? And I promise you, I'm going to give you that answer. But first, I have got to address the lies and the fake narrative that's been created years ago. Now, someone's gotten way too comfortable dragging my name and even using my father's name to get attention and clout. Now, in case you haven't heard it, her story is that I didn't support her and I didn't pass the torch because of my jealousy and envy over her accomplishments in boxing. She says that I disrespected her and I started talking about knocking her out simply.
You know that Clarissa is immature in some areas to me. Nothing against her in boxing. Want to wish her luck and safety in her career. But Lady Ali always been a lady, uh, nice, uh, never sat down and negatively criticize anyone. Anything she would do is push your potentials up to a level where you can continue to be famous like her. Okay.
Because I was bitter that she's outdone me. I've seen a lot of the comments. Many of you have good discernment and understand what's really going on here, while others have believed her lies over the years or have formed an opinion without having all the facts. Now, originally, I wasn't even going to give this my time or attention because I really don't engage with people who thrive off of negativity, drama,
Right.
and buffoonery. But I'm not about to let someone with bad character continue running freely, dragging my name
Oh.
without accountability. That's not gonna happen.
Come on now, listen. Layla Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
No, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
no, that is right.
Come on, Layla can rumble though.
And Wolf would have knocked Layla Ali out. You know, she would have knocked Layla oh so pretty ass out.
right here is the consequence. Now, I have been busy working on other projects that required all of my time and
You heard what Laila Lee said, consequences.
I first met her in 2012 when she was invited on stage to stand next to me when I gave my father his Liberty Medal. At some point,
Now, Lady Ali has receipts, okay? She put, since she is Claressa, wants to be famous in in that boxing area. So Layla Ali let her come along like a little sister. And by those who don't know, that is Muhammad Ali.
she reached out, started asking me for advice, wanted to know if she should go to the Olympics the second time or go pro. She would also call me and let me know when she was fighting. Now, at the time, I was one of the hosts of We Need to Talk, an all-female sports commentary show that still airs on CBS. I asked the producers if we could do a story on her. They agreed. So I got on a plane, flew to Colorado, and did a full sit-down interview with her. Now, this is just a shortened version of the 6-minute piece that aired on CBS in 2016. 21-year-old Claressa Shields is as confident as her right hand is powerful. Soon, Claressa will be heading to Rio for the Olympics to try and do something that has never been done before.
So it seemed like to me, she wanted she wanted to pass her torch. She wants to pass the baton to somebody else. I think Lady Ali is doing something so beautifully to drive attention to the next lady that she wants to see to step up. You know what I mean? Because she haven't said anything negative right now about Claressa. Everything positive. She always been a positive image.
Now to talk with her about changing history and being a positive spark for her hometown. You should have heard the story by now. The one about a kid from Flint, Michigan who has gone toe-to-toe with adversity and stands undefeated.
But I'll always go back to Flint and help.
I know that when I was fighting, with any of my struggles that I had to overcome, or anything that I was upset about, whether it be something personal or something going on in the world, I would use that anger, and take it into the ring with me and channel that energy into the ring. Have you ever done that?
I did that a lot. I was going through stuff back at home, but I would have a boxing match, and I would take out everything I was going through on the girl, and that kind of helped me because after I boxed, that was my ultimate high, and I felt like my life was perfect for at least 2 weeks. So
Claressa's father, a former underground fighter, was passionate about boxing.
He went on to tell me that Muhammad Ali's daughter, Laila, took after him. And he was like, and my dad, he says it to this day, Layla's a bad girl. He says it all the time.
See, I don't see where the dad said nothing wrong.
I thought when he told me that, he was telling me to take after him.
Claressa beat the odds to win gold in 2012. When the Olympics start in August, she'll try to be the first American boxer to win back-to-back gold medals. Everybody's going to be fighting you harder. Everybody's going to be trying to elevate their game. They're going to be running harder. They're going to be training harder. They're going to be beating you. How are you preparing for that mentally and physically?
Honestly, I've learned how to beat every fighting style. Tall girls, short girls, girls my size. Because I'm like, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty great. I don't know what I would
You're supposed to
do.
feel that way about yourself. Like you wouldn't have been able to get to this level.
So this is a good example of passing your torch to a younger girl generation. Okay, I think this is excellent. What Layla Ali doing? You don't turn around and try to compete against someone older who already shared positive information on you. Let's go back to Layla Ali.
Everything that's unfolded, it seems pretty calculated now. Like she was waiting for the right moment, the right excuse to finally do what she'd already made up her mind to do. I mean, that's how it feels now. She told me she saw me as the face of women's boxing, and she told me that she wanted my spot. And she's been on a mission to ruin my reputation ever since, simply because she heard me make a comment that was not about her and she took it personal. Fast forward to 2018, I was promoting my cookbook, Food for Life, and went on the Breakfast Club.
Now this is where Claressa, I don't know nothing. I think that the young generation takes stuff out of proportion. She didn't mention nothing about her weight. Layla Ali didn't mention anything about Clarissa weight. She mentioned her weight. Women gain weight in the belly. Come on now, y'all know that. Y'all know how we blow up. But I'm gonna let Layla Ali explain.
Show with millions of listeners. I did a 36-minute interview, and when the topic of boxing came up, I actually mentioned her and made positive comments. Then much later into the interview, I was asked about the possibility of a comeback.
You ever get back in the ring just for fun? You still train?
I stay training.
Got you.
Yeah, I got a little baby six-pack right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have a heavy bag hanging in my. I just turned 40.
Wow.
Do you believe it?
No.
I know. I just turned 40. I can't believe it either because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time. I can pretty.
Come in, Clarissa. The lady 40 and you 31, Clarissa. Y'all age differences. This is somebody that you need to learn from, not compete from. She don't did her time. So don't go there. Try to, I don't know.
Much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
How did you and your husband argue? Because he can't, usually you can say something slick, but with you can't say that slickness. You was on the Food Network's Chopped.
Yes.
And you won.
I did a couple times.
So what brings you more joy, winning in the ring or winning in the kitchen?
I just like to win, period. Definitely boxing is my first love. And, cooking is something that I'm super passionate. It'll be a part of my life forever. I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. I think everything happens in due time. You got Claressa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She's a young black girl.
See, she brought up Claressa.
Went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in, and she's doing great. Women's boxing is getting some good attention.
See?
Now remember, at the time we were on good terms. She was reaching out to me and referring to me as Big Sis, but this was her response.
I watched the Breakfast Club video with Laila Ali. I have so much respect for
Manny.
her. And I actually call her my big sis, but it was so many shots thrown. Like, if y'all really paid attention, her saying, oh, there's not nobody good enough at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the number one in my weight class. And, I'm just like...
Well, Clarissa, you got to stop thinking that everything that you say is right. She's speaking of her strength mentally, what she used to have. Come on, Clarissa, you don't take people out of history and try to ball them up and put them in a trash can. What you need to do is take what she's saying is positively. She can say that, Clarissa. She not saying, not one time she said you wasn't good. No one time she said, she been talking positively about you, but you talking to somebody pro. Come on now.
Nah. And, I just feel like, she gave props where it's due, but, she also spoke on how, what I'm doing for women's boxing is great, but it's not great enough for her. When it's like, we got two different goals and sets in life. Me winning two Olympic
Listen to what you're saying. Listen what you just said. Y'all got two different things going on with yourself. That's what you said. It was different when she was coming up. And it's different now for you. The younger generation now have every opportunity to do some things that we didn't get a chance to have and do. Okay?
medals is just the beginning. Even when she was boxing, she never fought on Showtime, HBO. I fought the main event on Showtime. I don't know how many times now. Fastest woman to win a world title. I did it in 4 fights. And yeah, you can.
Well, that's good. Things were different then. Clarissa, you're not paying attention. Things were different then than it is your time now. Things were different then. It's the way she has to come. It's the way she had to come in as a boxer. then the opportunity was there. And then when you came in, Showtime, HBO, opportunity is here. It's the way things is, baby. Are.
Oh, the competition isn't there, and this girl wasn't that. But like I did it up in 4 fights, and so the girls that Laila Ali fought wasn't that great either. I mean, like
Yes, they was great. Them ladies that she boxed with some great women. They was hard women.
the best female boxers that I've ever seen, and if Laila Ali wants to come back, we can rumble, we can go.
Now you want to rumble with a 40-year-old? Come on. Claressa, come on now. Not a 40-year-old. Come on now. You're 30 or 31. You are quicker like she was. When she was young, she was quicker and faster. She not gonna have that agility information right now. She not gonna have that. Come on now.
This is not like, oh, I'm gonna step away. Like I respect her and everything, but you're not gonna come back and beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like this can happen. I just don't like the disrespect, and it's my last video too about this.
And she haven't disrespect you not one time. Laila Ali has not disrespected you. And I hate that mentally that you think like that. I don't know what the challenge is going on with you and other women, but Claressa, come on.
I never used her name to try to be like, try to call her out of retirement. It's basically like she talking about she come out of retirement, she just gonna beat me if she decided to.
Now, of course, I didn't respond to this, but I noted it. For someone who hardly had any experience as a professional boxer, supposedly looking up to me, for her to think that I would even call her name in a conversation about me fighting or making a comeback was silly to me. Especially since I had literally told her that I retired from boxing because I didn't feel inspired or challenged anymore by the level of competition that was available to me. We had that talk. So I learned a lot about her character and her mindset.
Right.
She took what I said out of context and made it all about her.
Right.
I decided I was no longer going to invest time or energy into her. But she, on the other hand, she took it straight to social media, started comparing her boxing skills to mine, making negative comments about me, and pitting herself against me in a fight. A year later, I was doing press for my show Homemade Simple on OWN, so I went on Sway Universe, another syndicated national show with millions of listeners. We were talking, he asked me about boxing, he asked me about her, I said positive comments as usual, then he plays one of her visits.
Are you watching women's boxing today?
Oh, yeah.
You like Claressa?
I do. I think that she's a talented fighter, and she has the opportunity right now. The stage is set, so now she just has to kind of do her thing.
Yeah, right. I asked her who does she think will win, and you against you in your prime and her now, and that's what she said.
She's not cut like me. She don't take the challenges. Like she didn't fight against Ann Wolf. I fight against the best and beat the best. And if Laila Ali was to come out of retirement, I beat her too.
That's not anything I haven't heard before. First of all, she's supposed to feel like she's a great.
Absolutely.
But just because you think you are doesn't mean you are.
Okay.
I like to support and uplift people, and I think that on your way up, just do your best not to disparage those that have come before you. First of all, she could never beat me. Let me just get that straight right now.
Want to get that straight, Laila?
Let's get that straight right now. And not simply because she's not strong enough, okay, because I would definitely knock her out, but because she's not talented enough.
Whoa. Oh. Well, I heard that.
The sweet science to boxing, the reason why you have not been able to knock out the opponents that you've already faced, I can totally see it. Why? But maybe if you would have been a little more respectful, and I'm not talking about thinking you can beat me and call you that, do all that. I'm talking about just trying to, she didn't do this, she didn't do that. Yeah. I don't respect her as a boxer. I only respect her as a businesswoman. I've heard her say that before. I was always there for her because she's a young black girl from Flint, Michigan. Yeah. And I want to help uplift her because that's the Ali way. I am successful in so many areas outside of boxing. Boxing is not what defines me. There's always going to be another girl. But I tell you what, when I offered her to spar me, that definitely was a check right there to see. Let me see what kind of heart she has. You should come whoop me just for bragging rights. And she didn't take me up on that offer. I said, okay. And let's put this in context. I'm only talking about this because you're asking me. She's done a ton of interviews since then, and she's always saying I did.
Well, we heard that.
Thing is, she keeps saying, um, one time she asked me to spar. Let me tell you this. Jason Crutchfield was my eyes and my ears back then because I was naive. I don't pay attention to stuff. Jason had already told me back then she feels the type of way. Coming in, gold medals and doing your thing, like she feels the type of way. But she's still embracing me though. And I said, okay, whatever. But I had mad love for her though. So it was like the closest thing to Muhammad Ali is Laila Ali. So I love this girl. You know what I'm saying? And looking to her, took her advice and everything. He said, when we going down here, because she had appointed me to give Muhammad Ali the Liberty Medal in Philadelphia. Now that when she asked me to spar, I said, you want to spar me? And that's when it was more of like a, dang, I hate that coach was right about you. I'm like, okay, well, we can spar when you want to spar. I got my stuff in the car. She like, no, it ain't like that. I'm more about, let's not talk about it, let's be about it.
Now, you know that was a flat out lie. We know that if that were true, she would have said it years ago when it first was mentioned that she wouldn't spar me. There is absolutely no way she would have passed up the chance to tell everyone that she called my bluff and I backed down. Now, can you imagine if she and I were to get in the ring and spar back then? You know, there would have been camera phones, it would have been recorded. She would have proof of what she could do, and vice versa. I did an interview with Andre for his.
You know, one thing I can't say is I like her gratitude and her attitude about a boxer, you know, because she's learning from the best. She learning from the best, and the best is Laila Ali. Laila Ali, just a little classy about it, okay? But I like Claressa, my girl now. Claressa, my girl.
Constant search for validation. She needs to feel important, and it's obvious she's fixated on me. But watch how she sits on The Breakfast Club, the same show she saw me on back in 2018 when I said I wasn't making a comeback. She goes on in 2020 after dragging my name for years and acts like she has no idea why I no longer support her or want anything to do with her. Now, she knows The Breakfast Club is a national show with millions of listeners, so she's careful not to say anything negative about me because that wouldn't fit the story she's trying to sell. Instead, she plays it safe so she can position herself as the victim.
Do I want to fight a 40-year-old Laila Ali? No. I want to actually her embrace me, I embrace her, and we build women's boxing to the place.
Can't do that, Claressa. She old now. She older now. You young. You was the image of her when she was young, but she was most powerful. But what I'm saying is, she's 40, 41. I mean, come on. You want to fight an older lady? Fight a girl your age. Go in your age bracket. But there are not that many girls her age that want to box.
It's where it's supposed to be at. But I don't think she sees that vision. Like she doesn't show me any kind of support. Like I see her all the time comment on this other boxer girl page, Katie Taylor, and always telling her congrats.
See, you watch what you doing now is going over on her page. Instead of you sitting down and talking to, it seemed like that you spoiled and you jealous that she's complimenting other people, but it's more than just you out there, Claressa. It's more than just Claressa out there. It's other boxers out there with potentials just like you. She just can't stop and talk just to you. She have to share her love with everybody else. So you watching her and Kayla Taylor, and she always congratulating her, but she she will congratulate you, but she don't have to stick on you. She don't have to just watch you. So I think you just need to focus on grow up a little bit mentally. Grow up a little bit.
And everything, but then with me, it's like she don't show any kind of respect or acknowledgement, and I'm a black men.
Yes, she do show you kind of respect. It's not the kind of respect acknowledgement of a black woman like you want her to give you. No, you can't make her do that.
Girl just like she is, who came apart, and I have to been making my way forever. Like I made my own way. I wasn't handed anything. Just about supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? But
I wonder why she wouldn't though. Like, what, did you say something about her back in the day?
I just think that in boxing, she feel like she never got her fair share. I feel like she never got to the point where she wanted to get to, and nobody, people recognize Laila Ali, but they always try to say like, oh, she only was big because of her dad, and they don't really give her props on her skills. I'm not one of those people. And then some people say that she didn't fight Ann Wolf, but
Yes, she did. She was a good fighter. She had some girls back there to fight. Yes, she did. She was just like you. She had the potentials on the stage. She had to fight. One about Muhammad Ali being her father. I liked her anyway, and back in the day, I can when I stopped with women in sports, uh, I always look up to Lady Ali, her goals and her potentials as a black woman, a beautiful black woman at that. Uh, Her showmanship, sportsmanship, Lady Light. I really liked her because I was into sports and I didn't think I had to be this way. I knew I could keep the women light. So a lot of athletes like that, women athletes that I don't know what it is, Claressa. I think you need to sit down and talk to her and tell her like a big little sister how you feel.
a woman fighter, now I realize that it's hard to make big fights with other big women. It really is. So think about it. Back then, when it wasn't a lot of money, wasn't TV exposure.
Right.
I kind of can see why her and Ann Wolf didn't fight. But people's story is that she was scared of Ann Wolf, and Ann Wolf would have knocked her out. And that's their story.
3 months later, she takes her mask off and she's back to her usual story.
Well, Ann Wolf, you were a better fighter than her. And I believe that that's where this whole beef started from. That, I spoke on that. She hated whenever your name gets mentioned. She still to this day mentions your name. Say how you were scared of her, how you didn't want to fight her. And I don't believe that for 1 second.
See, Claressa, you keep a drama. You're a drama queen. You're a boxer drama queen. You're doing a he said, she said. You're doing the type of girl that you can't tell her nothing because she can't hold water. That's what you're doing. This is not necessary what you're doing now. You're doing the he said, she said.
And she may have a bigger name, but that's because women's boxing wasn't supported how we are now. If Laila Ali came up in this generation, she would not be known.
Yes, she will. My daughter, I got children young like you, younger than you. They know a lady, Ali. And the only thing they know about you is because social media is out there now. Social media is here. Okay, of course, a child 19 and 29 may not know her unless they stuck with women in sports. Of course, they know you because you're on the internet and you their age. We need to stop being competitive with each other and love one another and try to learn from one another. But we are so competitive with each other. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.